Hey everyone, Tony Chips here from Chiappetta Shoes. This is Workshop Live. Chiappetta Shoes is your first step to solving foot pain. You got a double header today. We have another really interesting situation. The last week, I want to say Tuesday, I got in a nice little LinkedIn battle with some interesting people talking about plantar offloading of ulcers. Primarily, this article was dealing with situations with heel ulcers, I believe it was. But you know, we talk about craftsmanship and how we manufacture custom orthotics. Taking this to the next step, when you talk about customs, it's really about understanding, as I said in the last video, understanding durometers, combinations of materials, how they interact with inside the shoe. Most foot doctors, when you're dealing with custom orthotics, they're making everything out of hard plastic. And you know, plastic's got its place. At Chiappetta Shoes, our custom orthotics, we might spend 5%, if that, of our custom orthotics are made with plastics. We like to do combinations of cork, rubber, foams, different materials that are semi-flexible, semi-rigid in construction and quality. So when we talk about custom orthotics, there's a lot of ways to make them. And when we look at the situation when we're trying to offload any kind of ulceration issue, this particular customer here had a pretty bad first metatarsal ulcer. It was open for, I believe, 6 to 9 months. Finally got healed up about 3 weeks ago, getting back into shoes and really wanted to just get into their customs. It did well for a while. Now, we originally had 3 different modifications. We had a rear foot medial wedge, a forefoot posting. This is different from the last one I just did. And we also had a cutout for the first metatarsal using a spongy SR Poron. Now, this material, as a part of the process of dealing with the ulcer, we realized that this was not soft enough. So we're going to do 3 additional steps. We're going to add a metatarsal pad, SR Poron as well. That's going to be soft, subtle, pressing up into the midfoot. We're going to add a little cushion to create an additional buffer zone and then taper this down and use a P-cell. There's all different types of durometers or measures of hardness. P-cell is going to be one of the softer foams that are out there. So to get this prepped up, on the right side, no ulcers, we're going to match up some of this so we have a similar thickness alignment. We're going to put a metatarsal pad and a 2 millimeter Poron forefoot. On the left foot, we're going to do a metatarsal pad, 3 millimeter firm Poron for the forefoot pad, and then a P-cell base to it. Now, how you do this, we're going to walk you through it. It's all about the taper. It's about reducing the amount of friction points. I'm going to take you over to the grinder real quick. We're going to remove this. So, I have it lined up for where I want to grind it off. All right, we're going to fine tune this with the Dremel. So, if you can see, we got this tapered. Now, I'm a little bit finicky about how I do this. The edges, again, want to be tapered at a 45-degree angle so you don't create any hot spots around that spot. So we're going to take our trusty Dremel. Thank goodness for these bad boys. This is one of my favorite tools in the whole shop. Dremels come in handy for some of these fine-tuning aspects of orthotics. Change the cam. All right. Heat's always lower in the intensity. I like to get it at about 20. All right. So we're doing this. I'm taking it down to just the EVA. Now we're going to get, a lot of it is about feel. So, a lot of it's about feel. Keeping your hand behind there so you can feel how much pressure is being exerted by the Dremel head. Super important. All right. And, you know, when somebody's ambulating or taking a step, you really got to think about the front to back motion of the foot and the body. So when you're doing modifications, making sure you're covering your bases to accommodate for that mobility and movement of the body and the foot, the body weight shifting over the bones. The arch support, so the core pieces, the cork and the sole flex material, are super important for holding the foot and the body in place. That's going to reduce a lot of that excess mobility. But with our custom orthotics, based off of the materials and how we take the impression of the foot, we're not overcorrecting the situation. So there's still a fair amount of natural mobility that we're not trying to remove. All right, so we have this ironed out. We have a nice smoothed out edge right there. It's broad in its general. So we're going to place this 3mm firm pour-on right along there. Now we're going to double check. I'm going to open that up just a touch more. So okay. And I'm going to keep this here because the main metatarsal is in that spot. So, all right. So we've got okay. That's prepped up. Righty's prepped up. I'm going to glue left. Okay. We are in good shape. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. If you are watching, we take a lot of pride in making feet happy. There are not enough people doing pit orthics. This is something that I talk about on a daily basis with my other professionals in this cohort. And Chiappetta Shoes is proud to be one of the few left doing this. Now, on the right side, we're in pretty good shape. We are going to add a 4-foot, 2mm pour-on pad and a metatarsal pad, just a standard metatarsal. This is something that is nice and easy. You know, the SR pour-on is about a 20 durometer material, but it's a little bit higher density, so it has a firmer rebound to it. When we deal with this kind of stuff, perfecto. All right, so we got to fit that really nicely through there. So you only have so much materials to work with. We have a standard top cover, cushioning layer below that. We have a 4-foot wedge. Now we're adding another 2mm of space. Being cognizant of the space that you have to work with is super important. This person, because they are diabetic and have ulcers, they are working with a extra depth shoe, but you look at the insert, it's a narrower foot too, so we only have so much material to work with. I'm going to let Lefty dry, take this over to the grinder, touch it up real quick. And on this side, I'm just cleaning up the edges, making it professional. Taper the tip. I'm going to touch the metatarsal pad. Not take off too much. Perfect. Get over here. So on this side here, again, only so much room to work with. Tapered the met pad just a little bit, taper the front, edges. So righty is in good shape. Perfect. So lefty. This is going to be a two-stepper. because we have an additional 6mm P-cell dropout zone, if we were to just straight add this buildup around it and not put a drop-in zone, not pad the cutout, most of the time what I've seen in the past, even if it's really soft material, you can create a ring ulcer or friction points around where this is sitting. And that's not a good thing, because the ulcer might be dead set in the middle, but then you're creating additional friction and soft tissue deterioration around that spot, and that's not fun. We want healthy, clean skin. All right. So here we got this. And we'll wrap that up around there. Perfect. Note to self, red Sharpie gets all over the place. Okay, so we're gonna go taper this up. I am gonna additionally taper the edges here. So let's go to the grinder. Okay, get the edge, top, touch the mat, touch the mat, touch the mat. Okay, back to the Dremel. Grab the Dremel here. We want to, if you can see it, there we go. So we want to capture a nice amount of, reduce the edging through here. So that's an important step. I'm taking this down at a 45-degree angle. All right. Cool. All right. So, top down. So we got this beveled out nicely. P-cell pad. We're going to, I always place it over so we have a little extra contact point between the cutout spot and the softer inset material. It's super important to do that. Just because when you're grinding this down, if you don't overlap just a little bit, you can cut into the inset and then you got like cracks or things like that. That's not good either. So, all right. Perfect. So we're gonna let this sit for another couple minutes and be wrapped up in just a sec. Right side is going to be happy. Typically, when you talk about thickness and the setup of materials, you want to keep things relatively uniform, because even a 1/16 of an inch of extra height on one leg column can throw the body off, where you might not notice it right away, but you get 2 or 3 weeks into it and cut it off. So, all right. Now, P-cell does heat up nicely. It gets soft. You don't want to throw it into an oven because it will burn up very quickly. It's a low firmness, low density material. Hey, Nick.
Hey, Colin.
What's going on, Nicky?
Oh.
Yeah. You got to get Nick on the live stream, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you're streaming, huh?
You on a mic? You can get on here? Yeah, all right.
What you working on?
We're doing a little cutout action.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, real nice, Nick. Real nice. I like these cutouts. Got to school some of these LinkedIn cats. We got a little LinkedIn battle earlier than last week, so.
This guy, Johnny Cola.
I'm live streaming, Ma. Say hi, Ma.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So we got this cutout. Now it's going to be kind of bulbed up a little bit. We're going to take that to the grinder. All right, perfecto. Let's go to the grinder and we will be wrapped up in a sec. Boom, perfect. So we got this beautiful cutout. It is made with P-cell. We have it tapered, all the edges set in real nicely. All my LinkedIn people, I want you to check this out. We can talk about ulcers and offloading, but this is how you do it. Lots of different materials to play with. It's about variety of durometers, making sure you have this set up in a way that is going to offload that problematic spot in the best way possible. So thank you for tuning in. Hope everybody's well. If you got any orthotic questions, check us out, chiappettashoes.com/book-and-appointment. New website coming at the end of the month. Is going to be a beautiful thing. Thank you very much. Ciao.